Okay, so this was a video that was sent to me, and it starts as partner shaming and then quickly becomes something so much worse. Let's just get into it. We are going to go ahead and play this without sound because reasons. When your husband ignores you at dinner with people you don't know. He doesn't even try to involve you more in the conversation. Laugh and try to get a word in, mostly to not look like an idiot, but it's pointless. After you tell him how awkward you felt, he blames you for not getting in there more. He's a nice guy, but it doesn't feel like he's proud to have you in his life. It's such a turn off. And it's getting old. The worst part is you know everyone will judge you for leaving him, but these are the very moments they don't see. Eventually it all adds up and you can't take it anymore. You want someone who acknowledges you and your place in their life, someone who's considerate of how you feel at an uncomfortable dinner. But you know, if and when you break it off, everyone will blame you and not him. So there's clearly a lot to unpack here. We're going to really have to enter this one with multiple grains of salt because what is even happening here? Like, is this a skit? Were they in on this together? Is this some kind of deep Judd Apatow level couples humor that they're both in on and maybe they're just trying to rage bait, which is bad? Or did she somehow unironically film this either thinking that no one was noticing or with people definitely noticing that she was filming this amongst company only to partner shame him later, which is also bad. When it's between either partner shaming or rage baiting, both are pretty cringe avenues to go down, to be honest. So going into the caption for clues does not make anything any better because affair recovery? What?
What?
And then now we have to ask, so who is recovering from the affair? Is it her? Is it him? Only God can judge a woman who cheats on her husband. First of all, I assure you that is not true. No one can fully know the pain and emptiness she may have been feeling. She could have been suffering in silence in her marriage. Okay? It's not black and white. Why is she like giving me the me eyes outside of the church right now? She might have needed that comfort and love to feel a sense of worth for once. I'm uncomfortable with this thirst trapping outside of the Lord's house, quite frankly. Okay, so basically her page is her own country music that also doubles as justifications for her own extramarital affairs. Got it. Okay, that provides us with a little bit more context going into it. And this is where the original partner shaming takes a little bit more of an unhinged turn. Don't worry, there's more. There's more. When you cheated on your husband and the church turns its back on you, oh, they're not letting her record outside of their church anymore. You feel bad about what you did, but they don't know the full story. They'll never understand that the affair saved your life. All right, hold on. I think it's fair that a lot of people don't necessarily recognize maybe how toxic of a relationship that they're in until they do have an affair. I think some people have that experience, but to say that it saved your life, to say an affair saved your life, I'm just imagining like, doctor, please help me, I've developed a rash that's spreading all over my body. Yes, this is a rare disease, I recognize this. It will surely kill you unless you have an affair on your husband. What? How is that gonna stop the spread? We don't know. All we know is that if you don't start reaching out to at least 3 of your exes from college, you're gonna lose your arm. Okay, so now we get a little bit of her lyrics. Even if it's wrong, baby, bring it on. Okay, begging to be baptized in it. Young lady, I just got to imagine like the people who live near this church watching this all being recorded outside. Like, okay, so now we know that she cheated, but she definitely had very, very good reasons. I mean, you saw the way that it was when they were out to eat, and she had to put her phone there and make deeply uncomfortable faces in front of everybody while recording all of it. He made her endure that. He made her have to go through that, okay? So maybe he deserved to come home to his wife absolutely pumped full of another man. You know what, we weren't there, but we're going to get a little bit more context. She's going to give us a little bit more into the reasons that she had to cheat to save her life. When you pick up Starbucks and bring it to your husband's work, and he was more annoyed than grateful. He almost seemed embarrassed that you were there in front of his coworkers. It's not like you even surprised him. He knew you were coming. You always try to do sweet little things for him, even though he never does sweet things for you. Like, ever. Now you're drinking Starbucks alone in your car, hurt with a lump in your throat because you kind of feel like crying and trying to figure out if you're making too big a deal out of this, or if he's taking you for granted entirely. Well, there you have it, folks. He wasn't thrilled that she brought him Starbucks, so the cheating's okay. I think we all can relate at some point in our lives to having some kind of a relationship or friendship where there was just this slow decline of appreciation to where you started to feel like there was not even a point of you being there anymore. And that surely sucks. And that might be what she was going through. However, the fact that she also admitted to being a cheater forces me to think of this through a different lens, which is how much of it was him actually being the problem maker versus how much of this was her looking for problems to kind of justify her own actions. Because I think that we have all known or heard of or seen a situation where a person simply wanted to be with someone else, and so now as a result of that, they're going to start finding issues to make their partner the bad guy to kind of justify or validate their own awful decisions. It's just giving very, well, if you would have been more grateful at Starbucks, I wouldn't have had to re-download Tinder. You know what I mean? But I think this whole roller coaster ride that we've been on really can be summarized with this one last important question here. One that I think we should all really think about. The final question: could you ever forgive your wife if she cheated on you? But wait, that's not all. If the affair was not only physical, but an emotional one as well, just wait for it. Could you ever get past knowing that she enjoyed every second of it? Again, this is another church. This is a different, in ways she never enjoyed with you. She's making her rounds through if she was sorry, don't worry, she's sorry. If she was truly sorry, could you still love her? I don't think it's illegal to make like weird thirst trappy seductive videos outside of every church in the Tri-County area, but it's a choice. What's really crazy is we have to take a journey into this comment section. Absolutely I would. If I can get her back on team me, then yeah, we can forget the whole thing. We love each other. OMG, literally crying out loud right now. God bless you, brother. I don't know. Couldn't be me, quite frankly. Couldn't be me. I just think by the time that someone is already telling you that not only have they had this entire other relationship with this person, but they've made them feel ways that you never have before, what realistically are the odds of getting her back to whatever team me is at that point? My big question is, why does she want the relationship to keep going. If things were so bad that to save her life, she needed to go out and experience these magical Chad-like things that she'd never seen before, why does she want to stay in this relationship? I have my theories, don't get me wrong, but I'm just wondering what is in it for her at this point. And do you realistically think that a person like this could really go back to loving you if they ever did in the first place? I would make her fall in love with me all over again, have nonstop connection, and once I know I have her, I will move on. He had me in the first half, not gonna lie. For the first half of reading that, I was like, Adolfo is lost. But then he kind of turned it around into like a kind of a redemption arc situation. Okay. My final thoughts, if my partner did cheat on me and have incredible, amazing experiences that they don't regret yet are somehow simultaneously sorry for. I'm curious to hear what you guys think. Do you think that there is ever a situation in which things could get so bad in a marriage that an affair actually could somehow make things better? Have you ever seen it happen where somehow one person cheated on someone, or maybe they both cheated on each other, but they did work it out and now they're just better than ever? I will say, not a bad shtick for selling some country songs. And the thing is, I think it's a business that's pretty sustainable. You know what I mean? I think that there are always going to be cheaters who rely on anthems to help justify what is usually continuous behavior. I think there's no shortage of churches for her to stop filming in front of, so that's great. That is just market stability right there. I don't know if this is necessarily the career choice I would recommend to my daughter necessarily, but you know, a nice lucrative bag for her. Anyway, I hope that has given us all a lot to think about. So if you liked this video and you want more stuff like this, hit the subscribe button down below. Leave some comments so I keep showing back up. And we'll look more into unhinged lunacy together soon. Okay, bye.